Welcome to the So You Wanna Get Fat podcast. I am your host, Chef Briantsao, not your typical chef. And today I have with me my father, my dad.
Not funny.
Papa.
No.
Baba. Appa.
Daddy. Who's your daddy?
And why am I calling you daddy right now?
No, I'm not getting into it. You do it. You do it.
Well, so
we were having technical issues.
We were having technical issues with the internet, wasted a whole 2 hours trying to figure this thing out as we continue to build this podcast studio.
We need more power.
We needed more power.
More power.
But we couldn't get the internet to work. And Frenchy was on the phone with the guy at Spectrum.
Who was probably older than I was.
Yeah. And he was, Frenchy, rather than explaining who I am, he just said, speak to my son. He knows more about technology than I do. And he passes the phone to me. And I was your son for a whole 2 hours with this dude.
I was reliving a Marcel moment. He was, this is not for me. You take care of this.
More or less. That's exactly what happened. So I've been calling Frenchy dad all day.
And it stops now.
How you doing, buddy?
Good.
It's good. We've seen each other for the last 2 days, so it's not like we miss each other or anything like that. You know, got to hang out. We did a Feastie Boys
last night.
Yes, we did. Where did we go?
Wait.
What?
What was the Feastie Boys? Did Lure post? Did you post Lure Feastie Boys?
Lure was last week.
Oh.
Yeah.
So which one are you posting next?
No, for this episode. For this episode will be where? Where did we go?
So confusing. I am confused.
Don't be confused. Just to tell them.
We went to Soledad.
Yes, Soledad.
We went to Friends and Family.
Yes, Upper East Side. And who is the chef?
Julian Medina.
Yes, and how was the food?
Fucking bonkers.
Yes, it was great.
It was insane.
It is at the Upper East Side, Soledad. Actually, let me tell you guys the exact address. But we are going to do something a little different with our Feastie Boys episode today because we're going to tell you about each dish we had. But
I remember the last McDouble I had.
Tell the audience.
Oh, when we do this, do you have pictures to pull up so I can look at it and remember?
No, we have to go by memory.
Oh,
and for you, as we go deeper into the meal, it gets very foggy for you. See, I haven't been drinking lately because I've been sick. And, Frenchy, you had about 10 of those fucking cocktails, I think, by the end of the night.
They were small.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It was still 10 fucking cocktails. Here we go. It is Soledad, 1825 2nd Avenue.
Yeah.
Upper East Side. Very interesting choice for a location, but
no, it's accessible now because
you
never thought of the Upper East Side,
right?
But now you have that 2nd Avenue line. It's perfect.
Well, I was just about to get to that.
It's right across the street.
Yeah, it's the area is starting to change.
Yep,
and
it's getting hip again.
Yeah, it's getting hip again.
Means my real estate's going up.
Hell yeah,
hell yeah.
So. Let's talk about some of the dishes we had. Jordan, I'll kind of walk you through which dishes we had because Jordan probably has no idea. He's just going by the B-roll. So the first dish we'll cover is the tiradito de atún, which is the yellowfin tuna peanut butter leche de tigre, chili sesame seed crunch salsa matcha, avocado.
Are you reading off the menu or your notes?
I am, yeah. And pickled hon shimeche mushrooms.
I don't know, but I was not expecting that dish to be so good.
Yeah.
As soon as you mix the peanut butter with the acidity, I was like, ooh, okay.
Yeah.
It was bananas.
Yeah. So it reminded me a lot of dandan noodles, that peanut sauce.
That's what you were saying.
Yeah. It really rang of that. And it was very interesting. Once I saw peanut butter and tuna, I was kind of intrigued. And I loved it. It was a great dish.
Is it another version of those cold sesame noodles at the?
Yeah. That's
right?
pretty much dandan noodles. Yeah, very popular Asian dish. That's kind of what I associated it with. We also had the which one did we have? We also had the pork meatballs. The hopefully I'm pronouncing this right.
With the little
albondigas. My mother's Iberico pork meatballs, spicy tomato almond salsa, and crispy shoestring potatoes. That was an outstanding dish.
Insane. And the matchstick French fries.
Yes,
they were even smaller than matchsticks.
Yeah,
thinner and
very thin, but super crispy. Oof, that was a good dish. I was pretty blown away by that.
And the textures, right?
Yeah. Yep.
You don't get crunchy with meatballs, and that covered all the bases.
Yeah, well, the shoestring potatoes with those meatballs, that was a great combo. Texture, flavor wise. Not shoestring.
They were even smaller. They were like matchstick.
Yeah. Then we had the taquito de quipe.
That was good.
Which, Jordan, that's the round one. There were 2 round dishes we had.
And the dish was nice, too, that it came on.
Yes, yeah.
It came on a elevated platter.
Elevated platter. So, Jordan, it's the round dish that doesn't have the tomatoes. The one with the tomatoes is the quesadilla, which we'll get to in a second. But the one we're highlighting right now is the taquito de quipe, which is beef short ribs quipe, roasted poblano peppers, yerba buena, cilantro, green onion.
Should I be reading these?
Yeah, you probably, but
nah.
Yeah,
it's
I know
funny
you're not
listening
going to. Yeah, avocado salsa verde, homemade pan.
Salsa verde.
Yes, it was awesome.
That was good. That was dense too.
Yes,
and they gave you the right. You know what I like? His portions are perfect.
Yeah,
they're perfect because you don't want to abuse the palate. Because we
abused
because we ate a lot.
Yeah, we ate a lot. So. Pretty much the whole menu. We had the Dorados de Camarón.
Ooh.
Crispy shrimp tacos, avocado, charred tomato salsa, queso fresco. Not to be confused with the other tacos. We had the lobster tacos. The lobster tacos is the birria lobster tacos. That had the side red sauce, Jordan. So that was another outstanding dish.
I'm telling you, all of them were
all
winners.
Of it was good. All of it was
all
good.
of it.
Yeah. And let's see. For the mains.
It doesn't stop there, folks. It
doesn't stop there. We had the Milanesa, which was the chicken Milanese breaded with ground grasshoppers and amaranth.
I was surprised by that because it had a distinctive taste.
Mm-hmm.
Something I've never had.
Yeah. Yeah. It was absolutely delicious. Poached egg, truffle salsa, matcha, cotija cheese, shallot slaw, shaved black truffles.
God, it's so good.
It was good. It was great. That was and it was so crispy.
A lot of umami.
Yeah, yeah. There you go. See,
umami, baby.
Umami. We also had the lomo saltado, which is one of my all-time favorite dishes. But his rendition was using those same matchstick fries. That was an outstanding dish. And I had the duck, which here we go. Pato con mole. Basically duck mole.
Yeah, pato con mole.
Yeah, and it had a nice sunny side up duck egg in there. So good.
Yeah, he did use a duck egg.
Yeah.
I love duck eggs. Yeah. They're very fatty.
Yes.
They're so good.
I like this. And then we had basically ordered all the desserts.
Yeah.
But
we ordered a lot of the menu.
Yeah.
He had 10 and 10.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many desserts he had, but we had all of them.
No, we didn't have all of them.
No?
I think he had like
4 desserts.
He had like 6 desserts, and we had 4 of them. We had the upside down pineapple cake.
Insane.
But the one that we had the chocolate mousse.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had something with apple, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was it
like a crisp?
Yeah, something like that. But the one that really stood out was the carrot cake, tres leches carrot cake.
Yes.
That was fucking out of this world.
I have to ask him because is he doing that or does he have a pastry chef there?
I mean, the dishes certainly look like.
And did you see the size of that kitchen?
Yeah.
The size of this table.
Yeah, more or less. Tiny kitchen.
But I'm sure he cleaned up the downstairs for prep.
100%. But awesome.
I wish I went downstairs to look. But they were busy.
Yeah, they were busy. We can go back.
You go back.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Definitely go back.
For this type of food,
yeah,
this is the place to go to now.
I loved it. Loved it. If you guys are in New York, check out our buddy Julian's restaurant.
Medina.
Soledad, Upper East Side.
No, but his name is Julian.
Yeah, Julian Medina, I know. But Soledad.
I don't know if you know.
No, now I do.
You always have that look of perplexion.
Yeah, well, that's most of my life. All right, so that was our Feastie Boys. Hope you guys enjoyed the narration of our Feastie Boys segment, trying to do something a little different as we refine this podcast.
But, it's hard with Mexican food. And it's very hard to make it unique in your own. Everything there that's not
Mexican food you're going to find anywhere else.
Yeah. That's his style.
Yeah.
That is, uniquely him. Like you could tell Medina.
Mm-hmm.
This is a Medina.
Mm-hmm. Great.
It was great.
Oh, tell the audience his other restaurants if they have.
Toloache, Tacuba,
Mm-hmm.
and I think he's got multiple locations. And he opened up in the Hamptons too.
Oh wow!
So,
I think he's going to open up in Miami too, right?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah, isn't that what his business partner was saying?
I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, okay.
I was
or you were several drinks in.
Or I was several drinks in.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. And by the end of the night, this guy, my shoulder is like really sore right now because I was driving with my left hand, got my right hand here, and this motherfucker kept wanting to beat my horn. Like, we would stop somewhere. As soon as the light turned green, he wanted to beep. If he saw someone that he thought looked ugly, he wanted to beep at them. And then at some point, he just wanted to beep the horn just to piss me off. And I kept having to deflect him for half an hour as I was driving him home from the restaurant.
Why did it take so long to get home? There wasn't much traffic.
It wasn't much traffic. No,
You took a wrong turn.
No, I didn't take a wrong turn. It was just Manhattan traffic going by La Rivage. There's always traffic. It's right by.
You should have gone all the way across and come down 9th Avenue.
Oh, whatever. My arm's
sore. Why
sore
you decided to go through Times Square?
Fuck you, man. I drove you home because I care about you. Because I wanted you to get home safely.
I want Dad to get back home safe.
Yeah. Speaking of wanted you to get back safe, we got a package, buddy.
From?
This is something special. And before we get
into... Is it a Christmas present?
No, you already got your Christmas presents. Doesn't
mean you can't get me more.
Thank you, everybody. We mentioned this in the last podcast, but thank you so much for ordering the Get Fat merch drop, the t-shirt, the coffee mug, the sticker. We really, really do appreciate it. It was a knockout hit, and it's in production now. It should ship in a couple weeks, but I just got the samples for our next merch drop. Are you ready for this?
Ready.
Are you ready for this? The reason why I wanted to do this now after the Feastie Boys segment is because this merch design came about because you mishearing me incorrectly when I was referring to a name of a restaurant.
I know what this is.
Do you remember this?
Mm-hmm.
We went to, what was it, the second Feastie Boys?
No, wasn't that the first?
That was the first.
That was the first.
We went to a place. Jordan, just real quick, play the clip. A really short clip, or do some B-roll of Han Song Ting's dumplings, noodles in Flushing, Queens. It was our first Feastie Boys segment. It was so much fun. But the entire time when I said Han Song Ting, you thought I was saying
handsome thing. Oh, so who is it? Oh, you got one too?
Yeah. Should we play some Pornhub music and change into these shirts?
Yeah, we could do that.
Okay, let's do that. Jordan, blur out the screen and play the Pornhub music.
Chinese double XL.
I guess it's appropriate. All right, everybody. Wide cam. Handsome thing is what is going to be the next merch drop. Yeah.
I mean, they fit in the...
Yeah. They really, I've been working out again, so.
I haven't. I am strong like a bull.
Yes. But the Handsome Thing tees are now available for pre-order, and just like any of our merch, once it's gone, it's gone forever. So these are limited merch drops. Be sure to place your orders now. Can
you fix my face? There you go.
Yes. I love this drawing of you. I love this. Ardie, our man, Ardie.
But it's got big jowls.
Well, no, it's your...
No, it's jowls. It's jowls.
It's fat. Anyway, I want to get straight into the main topic of today's episode.
Is it funny?
No, but it's going to give us a lot to talk about.
Okay.
McDonald's is revamping for 2024, apparently. Mashed just put out a video, and our guy, Asmongold, I actually don't know him personally, but I recreated his steak dish for Guga. That episode did incredibly well. And
the $2 steak.
The $2 steak. And Asmongold reacted to that episode on his channel.
So now we can react back again?
No. Well, it's just, Asmongold is a very prolific YouTuber, one of the OGs. And what is really endearing about Asmongold is that he is an everyman. He is, despite being a millionaire, very smart guy, very incredibly good businessman. He lives like a homeless guy. You know what I mean? Like, he's the guy.
Is he gonna be okay? You saying that?
Yeah, it's widely known. I mean, just when he made that $2 steak, he was already a millionaire. That's the thing, and that's what endears him to a lot of people. But I've been following his channel now, and I really do agree with a lot of his takes. But now that it involves food, the reason why, not just because we're carpetbaggers, but the reason why we're reacting to a reaction is because Mashed obviously picked up this video.
Mash is a secondary person?
No, Mashed is a channel that covers kind of like food news and stuff like that. Okay. But it's very...
Wait, food news?
Yeah, like food news stuff.
How do I not know about this?
Now you do.
Mash as in mashed potatoes?
Yeah, like mashed potatoes. Yeah, Mashed. So
I like the name, first of all.
So Mashed, but their videos are, I wouldn't say like cookie cutter, but definitely very scripted.
Right.
And Asmongold reacts to it, and he stops, and some of the things he interjects with, I think, have a lot of valid points, but I think we can add to it as well.
That you and I would not think of.
Yeah, because we think of it as chefs.
Right.
He comes at it from an everyman.
Okay,
you know what I mean? So let's check out Asmongold's video. We need to talk about McDonald's.
Now, is this where we have to put our new headgear on?
Yes. Oh, yeah. We have new headgear. To help Jordan in his editing process, we are now going to be, it's not going to affect any of our viewers, but do you hear me?
Obi-Wan, use the Force.
Do you hear me in the headphones?
No.
No?
No.
Really?
I don't.
Do you hear anything in the headphones?
Nope.
Hang on 1 second.
Papa, can you hear me?
Can you hear you?
No.
Talk.
Talking.
You ready, buddy?
Ooh, I hear you.
Okay, good.
I remember the last McDouble I had. I had bought it, and I got it from the drive-thru, and I was driving home, and I just got through the light, and I took a bite out of it as I was waiting on the light, and I looked down while I was driving through the drive-thru, and I looked at what the burger looked like, and I told myself, this is the last one. And that was the year 2010. And that was the last one. Do I hate McDonald's? Was McDonald's trying to kill me? Well, yeah, but I mean, that wasn't personal. That's just what they do.
That's what they do.
No, I still go to McDonald's all the time. But I just think the burgers suck. Big changes are coming to McDonald's. We're going to watch this right now, actually. This is very important. This is my area of expertise.
So
McDonald's.
So Asmongold, as you can judge by his $2 steak video, he doesn't eat, despite being a millionaire, he doesn't eat fancy. He loves beef jerky. He doesn't eat vegetables. He's just a simple guy. And McDonald's is one of his go-tos. Fast food.
But he wasn't eating the burgers.
Well, he's, according to him here, he stopped eating the burgers.
If you're worried that your McDonald's experience isn't sufficiently cheesy, saucy, or powered by artificial intelligence, don't worry. This icon of fast food has some exciting news for you in 2024. McDonald's has recently been plagued by reports of soggy, moist, and even disintegrating buns. Some have blamed over-squishing by employees.
And bro, you can feel the sesame seeds, and they don't... if you look at a McDonald's burger, the bun, the sesame seeds and the bun are the same thing. They might as well have just been 3D printed on there. But if you go to Burger King, you can actually press the sesame seeds through the bun and it won't just melt into it. Burger King burgers clear McDonald's by a fucking mile.
As the
I don't really agree with that. I had to have Burger King not too long ago. Like it was just there was no other food options, and I needed something to eat, and it was Burger King, and it wasn't that great. But I can't remember the last time I had McDonald's. I think it was a couple years ago.
We used to have to go to McDonald's every day when Blondie was pregnant. It was one of her, what do you call that? Those cravings?
Yeah. Pregnancy cravings.
Every day.
Every day?
Every day.
Oh, God. Feel bad for you.
I mean, I didn't eat it. We had to go there.
Yeah. Well.
But you would get the chicken sandwich and a soda, or no, what did she get? I don't know.
Oh. What's your consensus on McDonald's buns? I mean, it's the cheapest shit.
Yeah.
I mean, simply said. Like,
is it real bread?
At that point,
Can it be classified as real bread?
Yeah, I mean, yes, I believe so. But
well, not Subway.
Yeah, not Subway. Well, that's more like cake, apparently, according to certain studies, like the makeup of their bread. But yeah, not really a fan.
Are you liking these headphones?
No, but yeah, they're fine. They're fine. We look professional. So, what kind of bread do you use at your restaurant?
The Hawaiian bun for the l'Américain.
Mm-hmm.
The king size English muffin for the French onion soup burger, and then we do we slice like a fresh one, not Wonder Bread, but like a loaf bread, and we season that and we grill that bread to make the steak au poivre burger.
So 3 types of bread.
Yeah.
For 3 different burgers.
Yeah.
That's a lot of work.
It is.
That's a lot of inventory.
Yes, it is.
Sounds expensive.
It is.
All right.
Cause while others think there's
Look at
too
this.
much.
Bro, like this is the kind of shit, bro. Like you see this? Like I don't have a dating app, okay? But if I did, I feel like this is what I would feel like whenever you meet somebody versus their profile picture. Like this is it right here, guys. This is what I took a look at in 2010.
Have you ever used dating apps?
I just told myself never again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
Oh, no, I'm just asking. I've never used dating apps.
It's how I met Blondie.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I never.
I'm going to have... Oh, that's her calling.
Oh.
Uh-oh. This can't be good.
Juice soaking in
That's
while the
sad.
buns sit for too long
That
in the
is a
kitchen.
sad-looking burger.
Whatever the explanation for this problem, it simply
bad.
cannot be ignored.
Yeah.
Thankfully, it
I mean,
appears
yes.
that
Look at that B-roll.
Yeah.
Right? That's the actual burger. I mean, everyone knows this. You go to fast food, you're not actually getting what's in the photo. Not even fucking close.
And how does that not fall under misrepresentation?
Right?
Hmm?
Right? Yeah, 100%. What about the whole thing with Subway and, their footlongs actually aren't a foot long?
They're not?
Yeah. There was
What are
something like 10 and a half inches or 11 inches.
That's what she
Yeah.
said.
All right.
that McDonald's heard these cries
That's
and
right.
responded accordingly. Customers
those
can
look
expect some
so
major
fucking
upgrades
good.
to the
Yeah.
bread so that it will sufficiently
I mean, that, if you gave me that, I'd be excited as
Yeah.
fuck.
But you never get that.
No.
hold their beefy, cheesy.
The problem is that the burgers don't have a good taste. And also, in my opinion, I think too much cheese is added to the burgers. They are cooked in a way that removes the... And I'm not
It
a
hides the
chef,
meat. I feel like
I
they're
don't know
making
what I'm
these to
talking
hide the
about,
meat.
right? But like they are cooked in a way to me that removes the way that it feels whenever you eat meat.
Creations. Brioche buns with sesame seeds and a pleasant, light toast will be implemented across all locations, thus creating a much more enjoyable and less squishy bite. Since basically everyone knows how much of a difference a quality bun can make, it's obvious
Yeah.
that we can all expect an enhanced eating experience at McDonald's in 2024. So if you've somehow never before indulged in one of the chain's savory cheeseburgers or McDoubles, this will be the perfect year to start. The Big Mac has always come with sauce, but apparently not enough for everyone. Requests for extra sauce on the signature burger have been echoing through employees' headsets for quite a while. And while some requests have been successful, not everyone has been so lucky. As one customer complained on Reddit, "When I order a Big Mac, I ask for extra/double sauce. I get refused on the basis that there is no way for them to ring that up for me. Thankfully..."
Which is like, that's just the way it is. And they started doing this, whenever they started
It's not
doing
because
this,
it's
2002.
You know that it's not because they can't ring it up. It's because it's already constructed.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's probably already made.
It's already made, so they can't go back and.
But Asmongold's about to mention something that, like, I remember as a kid. Just
if you make a change, then you have to make a fresh order.
Yeah.
Which is always like the best thing to do, actually.
True. But listen to what Asmongold's about to say.
Because back before 2002, you could go up to the counter, and if you ordered McNuggets and you wanted another thing of sauce, you would say, "Can I get a thing of barbecue sauce?" And they would just like literally get a handful of things of barbecue sauce, and they would just give them to
they don't do that?
I know.
Yeah, these days they charge you for everything.
They charge you for those?
Yeah.
No fucking way.
I mean, I think when you make your initial order, now I haven't been to McDonald's in a long time, so you know what? I'm completely talking out of my ass. So everyone in the comments, let us know. But if I'm not mistaken, when you place your initial order, you ask for sauce. But if you ask for additional sauce, I think you get charged these days.
Then you should ask it when you have it. Oh, can I get extra sauce?
But do they ring you up for that?
I don't know. Let's find out.
Sounds crazy, but that's the way it used to be, guys.
It seems that a light bulb has finally lit up at McDonald's HQ. If people want extra Big Mac sauce with every order, why not just make more of it a standard recipe in the first place?
Smart.
I think you may have something here.
Because it's more expensive.
So, in 2024, our culinary dreams will become a reality, as the celebrated Big Mac sauce will be spread much more generously throughout the layers of the company's most famous burger.
I've never had a Big Mac in my life. The idea of eating 3 buns at the same time with 2 burgers, this just looks disgusting to me. I wouldn't want this.
I remember as a kid the Big Mac being an absolutely delicious sandwich.
And it was big. It was
big,
good.
Yeah. You know, I remember like watching my parents struggle to eat the Big Mac.
Now it's teeny tiny.
Very small. And so, all right, for any restaurant and any product, really, there's a few ways you save money, right? If you want to increase profitability. Number 1 is you can cut labor.
Yeah.
Number 2 is you
make it
can
smaller.
Decrease the portion size. Or number 3, even worse. No, there's something even worse than that. Number 3, you use cheaper ingredients. Or the worst one is you do all of that
At the same time.
And
Mickey D's has been doing all of it.
Has been doing all of it progressively over the years until now it's become a product you almost can't recognize anymore.
It's gross.
Yeah, it's gross. Yeah, I did have McDonald's when I was out in France last summer.
Yeah, you can't compare it. They have laws in France where all the products have to be regional. So they have to use regional products.
Yeah.
So yeah, I remember bringing my kids. They wanted to go to McDonald's. I'm like, no. But then you can drink there. You can like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
and I looked at their burgers. They were like real burgers.
Yeah. It wasn't bad. I mean, still, you know, my palate has since grown, so it wasn't like I was blown away, but certainly better than what we have here in the States.
Special condiment is considered one of McDonald's best kept secret recipes, and the increased quantity will almost surely improve this world famous burger. McDonald's has a plentiful array of popular burgers on its menu, but they're far from immune to criticism. In fact,
that looks
there have been
fucking
numerous
so
occasions
good.
in which
Delicious.
the beef has come under fire. As one person sarcastically quipped on Reddit, if you take a little of the meat, let it cool, and then eat it on its own, the flavor is surprising. It tastes of absolutely nothing. But
It's just not good, bro. Like, there it is. Like, look at that. You know what that looks like? That looks like a flaccid,
a stepped on turd.
It just looks nasty. It doesn't look good.
It looks like a stepped on turd.
It ain't meat. No, it's not even that it's not meat. It's just not that good.
Okay, let's talk about what makes a good burger patty a good burger patty. Number 1, we've spoken about this before, the blend of beef. The beef itself. Wow, you really don't like these headphones.
I don't like these headphones.
Okay. All right. There are different grades of beef that come from different cows.
And they're not using prime or choice.
No, they are not using prime or choice. You know, there's a classification of beef called canner, which is basically the stuff that will go into dog food and cat food, right? I mean, think of all those dairy cows and stuff like that. Like, after the dairy cows stop making milk, it's not like they put them out in the pasture and let them go off into the sunset. Like, those cows are being used, but by that point, those cows are old.
Yeah.
You know, they're weak.
I remember when butchers used to slide in, like, if you bought like a case of fillets, they would they would slide in a bad one with the good ones to try to get rid of it.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, they're hoping, but the difference, it was so distinctive.
It was so distinct.
It's like gelatinous, dark, like deep purple.
Yep. Yep. You know, all the cows you see everywhere, eventually they get chopped up and eaten up, but they're not all created equal. So it's the grade of beef that they're using, which again, if they want to save costs, they're going to use progressively cheaper and cheaper beef. That is why a prime steak is not going to taste nearly as good as something select. There is a difference in quality. But also there's the technique in making the patty. These patties are made in a
huge vats.
Mass quantity. And what usually happens when it's made in these mass quantities and vats that you specifically said you don't want to do when making a burger patty?
Smush?
Yeah, you don't want to abuse the meat.
It becomes like a meatball.
It becomes like a meatball, right? That gummy, bouncy texture. So that's a tell whenever you go eat a burger is, does it have that bounciness to it? That means the meat's been overworked.
How much is a Big Mac?
I have no fucking idea.
And it's not one price. Are they different prices around the country and around the world?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. But even McDonald's isn't cheap anymore.
That's what I'm saying.
So, so there's that. The actual beef, the technique you make it, but then the execution of the beef. You know, I know they use griddles, but then they pre-cook these burger patties and they store them in these like trays and warmers. And basically they like soak in their own juices. Well, guess what? When they're in the warmer, all those juices are in the tray. They're not in the burger anymore. And that's why it just gets this terrible degradation. And that's why in this video right here, it looks so flaccid and weak. Like any Maillard reaction that you got on the griddle, which is probably cooked by someone who couldn't care less, is been literally washed away by sitting in its own juices in the warmer.
Don't they have people in the upper echelons that notice?
They must.
Right? But I mean, they have test kitchens, right?
They do. But, you know, I'm sure they'll make a burger and taste it half an hour later, 45 minutes later, such and such. But again, it comes down to like they have shareholders and they want to show profitability year over year, which, you know, never happens, right? There are things that are out of your control. So how do you make up for those things is you cut on the quality, you cut on the labor.
But how expensive is the Big Mac that if you were to make it, if we were to make it, how much would it cost?
Good question. And I know a lot of people on the internet have done this before.
Right?
Yeah. Where they like make an awesome version of a Big Mac.
And how much more expensive is it? Like how much would McDonald have to sell it for?
I'm sure Joshua Wiseman has definitely done something like that. There's a few of them that have done videos like that. Should we react to those?
You know, we love burgers.
We love burgers.
Wait, didn't Guga just make this?
Yes. I think Guga made a burger, but he didn't give the price breakdown.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
Yeah.
Some good news for that Reddit user. And for similarly minded beef lovers.
Yeah.
In 2024, McDonald's customers can expect the death of bland patties, as the chain will infuse a much deeper flavor profile.
Those, come on, those look so fucking good.
On the grill. Yes, it's true. The Golden Arches will reportedly be adding their signature diced onions to the meat while it's still searing to infuse some tasty caramelization. We bet your mouths.
Well, they've got to do something different, because like if you go to Shake Shack, the burgers are just way better. If you go to Burger King, the burgers are way better. I think In-N-Out has better burgers.
Yeah.
Five Guys has way better burgers.
They're watering just thinking about that.
But again, it's a different category of burger.
Yeah.
This is fast food, and Shake Shack, In-N-Out, Five Guys, that's fast casual.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I would say fast casual. Is Five Guys fast casual? I don't even know anymore, but I can tell you this. When you place an order for a burger at a Five Guys, they literally say 2 patties. Like they make it right then and there. That's the difference maker.
So does Shake Shack.
So does Shake Shack.
And so does In-N-Out.
Yes, so does In-N-Out.
So
But with Burger King, McDonald's, I think even Wendy's, a lot of times it's all just sitting there pre-made.
It's labor. It's because once you cut out labor.
Yeah.
See, the problem is McDonald's and they're cutting out labor.
Yeah.
That's their biggest liability, and they don't want to cut it out.
Yeah.
And like how far can we take AI where you don't need anybody cooking your food?
Right. When's that day going to come?
Because I guarantee you that McDonald's is waiting for that robot to
well,
make
they're
those
already
burgers.
kind of starting with the kiosks.
Yep.
You know,
You go to the one over here on the. I drive past it all the time, and you don't see any tellers. It's just
kiosks.
Yeah, and
they have one guy there.
One guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Onions will bring to some of the world's favorite
Also,
cheeseburgers.
yeah.
While McDonald's
Onions
may be
is a
burger
cheat code
joint
for
at its
burgers.
core, red meat
Griddled
isn't
onions.
the only thing frying
Works
up in their
great.
kitchens.
It's flavor.
It goes without saying that some of the chain's
McChickens.
poultry offerings are just as beloved as their beefy colleagues.
nuggets.
In fact, McDonald's itself reported in 2023 that its chicken menu has grown to become equal to its beef one. The
Yep.
McCrispy sandwich in particular is one of the most popular chicken items. McDonald's plans to capitalize on this by spreading its availability worldwide until it's featured on nearly every menu at every location. There are also wraps and chicken tenders currently being developed as eventual menu newcomers. Considering the uproar over discontinuation,
Is she saying that
the thing is, like, with the chicken, like,
could you
I
get
would
the Big
love
Mac
if-
done with chicken?
Oh, I don't think so. At like sub chicken?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe we should go and ask.
I mean, you would get a better quality protein. Is it
sure.
a better quality protein?
Oh,
Even there, that turns. I mean, you see, I'm looking at this.
Yeah.
It looks so much better. But
yeah. I think another reason why that they're revamping their chicken program or adding more chicken products
it's
is,
cheaper.
well, not only is it cheaper, but also the
Natural.
health thing. The health thing, even though fried chicken, isn't necessarily more healthy, but the perception of it being
Yeah.
more healthy. But also Chick-fil-A has been crushing the market and kind of created this.
And closed on Sunday.
Yeah, and close on. Fuck, I can't believe that. Chick-fil-A has been crushing and definitely changed the market where everybody has a fried chicken sandwich now.
if McDonald's could serve mashed potatoes, because like that would actually get me to go to McDonald's more. Like there's something really special to me about mashed potatoes and chicken. How many of you guys
Gravy, mashed potato, and that, and you could just
How
dunk
many
them
of you
in
guys
there.
like grew up in the US and you had the chicken tenders and mashed potatoes with the roll meal in public school? Hell yeah, right? And it was fucking delicious. You would take the chicken tenders and you would, put it in the mashed potatoes and you'd eat it together. Bro, that was delicious.
I mean, so you're taking a breaded chicken product, dipping it into another carbohydrate that's sauce, which is topped with a sauce thickened with carbohydrates, and you eat it with a bread roll, which is another carbohydrate. How can you lose?
Starch
It
upon
was
starch
so
upon starch.
fucking good. And so, yeah, if McDonald's had that, like I go to KFC pretty regularly. The famous bowl KFC did is one of the best fucking ideas they ever had.
What is that? What is
At
that?
the chain's
KFC bowl?
chicken-based snack wraps a few
I'm
years
not
back.
sure.
We
Famous bowl?
I don't know. I haven't been to KFC since I
Oh
was
God,
a kid.
I haven't been to KFC even longer than McDonald's. Although when I lived in China, KFC is the shit. It's
But is it
good.
different from here?
Yeah, of course, 100%.
You don't hear about Chipotle much anymore.
No, you don't.
I think they're on their way out.
Yeah, what a fall from grace that
Well,
brand
they
was.
poisoned so many people.
Well, that brings up another point of trying to scale food with fresh production like that. You just have too many variables.
Yeah.
When you try to upscale that, there's just the more human element you have in the production,
More risk of
the
human
more
error.
Yeah, the more risk of human error, and that's exactly what happened. You can scale it up because the processes are, you can jot it down on a piece of paper. This is how you make guacamole. This is how you set up your line. And you can have the most detailed set of guidelines of how to produce this food. But what you can never control day to day is the people. When they show up sick or when they're just hungover and maybe clean their hands a little less that day, whatever the case may be, you know? That's what makes me scared about scaling up in restaurants and trying to take the Mission brand bigger is that risk. You know, what makes Mission really special right now is that everything's very fresh, you know? But if we try to scale that up to 10, 15, 20 restaurants, and I want to maintain that, yes, that's the selling point, but every single store.
Oh, speaking of Mission, I have $1 million idea for you.
What's that?
You need to start selling a brunch sandwich.
Brunch sandwich.
Yes. Because you have all those, what do you call those people that live around you in Williamsburg? Hipsters. They don't wake up till fucking 11 o'clock. So they would technically eat breakfast at that time.
Yeah, true.
You should have a brunch sandwich.
Yeah. No, I don't have gas in Mission. So like I don't have a griddle, I don't have a fryer. Like
but
it's all with ovens.
Okay,
so that's one limitation.
So scrambled eggs?
Yeah.
You can make it happen. I'm telling you.
All right.
It's gonna sell.
You
Gravy, bacon.
Well, hash
browns.
Right now we're doing a glizzy poutine sandwich. You know what glizzies are?
No.
Hot dogs. It's the new term for hot dogs now.
Glizzies?
Yeah. So you know what poutine is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
disco fries.
Yeah, disco fries, more or less. But in Canada, it's called poutine.
Or in the U.S., baby.
Okay.
Disco fries.
I'm just trying to show how cultured I am.
Fuck those French people. Those fake French.
So at Mission right now, we're serving a sandwich that has 2 glizzies, 2 hot dogs, French fries, rosemary gravy, and we don't use cheese curds. We use fresh mozzarella, and dude, it's pretty fucking good. And a bunch of scallions and hot sauce.
Could have brought one today.
I can. I can bring you one next week.
You do this.
Okay, I do these.
Yep.
Let's face it, a cheeseburger doesn't really feel like a cheeseburger if that slice on top isn't sufficiently good and melted between the buns. Alas, it appears that McDonald's has been falling behind in this area in recent years. As one customer bemoaned on Reddit, why doesn't McDonald's melt the cheese on their burgers anymore? I remember
What do you mean by anymore? Back in the late 90s, early 2000s, the cheese would be so warm and glued to the burger to the wrapper. Now it's cold cheese on a semi-warm patty. What happened?
Same thing when I had that Burger King not too long ago.
They started using a microwave. They use a microwave for the meat, and they use a blow dryer for the cheese.
Well, that's not true, but so no,
or a heat gun.
No, they don't do that.
They don't?
No, they don't do that. The problem that they have is they are not using a microwave for the meat. They are cooking it on a griddle, and I only know this because I recently watched like one of those McDonald's cooking videos that like someone put a GoPro that works at McDonald's, and it's pretty fascinating, you know, really interesting to watch. But they're cooking it on a griddle. What gives it that microwave texture is because they're putting it in the steamers, and then it sucks out all the moisture from it. It just sucks because it's not. If it went straight from the griddle to the bun, I guarantee it would be
close to original.
Yeah, it would. But the reason why the cheese
shortcuts never end well.
Exactly. The cheese currently, the reason why a lot of fast food places the cheese isn't melted is because of a shortcut. You know, typically when you cook a burger, you put the cheese when it's still on the griddle so that it gets kind of steamed by the cooking process of the patty. You may even take it a step further and put a cover over it and really melt the cheese. But because they have to make these burgers so quickly, they should be going from griddle to bun, straight from griddle to bun, but they're going, griddle, cheese, melt, then bun. They're going burger patty from griddle to bun, then cheese, and then putting the condiments on top, which are cold. The lettuce is cold, the tomato is cold, the bun is probably room temperature. It's robbing all the heat
from the
meat. And it's not giving the cheese a chance to melt. But they have an interesting fix, which I want your take on.
Ooh, McDonald's?
Yeah.
90s and early 2000s that the cheese would be so warm, it glued the burger to the wrapper.
I don't know about that, bro. Like,
I remember
it always was like this. Like, in my opinion, it's like, I'm going to be real. Like, back in like the 2000s, it was still like this. Like, it's just that like, I just had way lower standards. Like, I just didn't really care. But like now, whenever I see it, I'm like, fuck this.
No,
right?
I remember the cheese being melted.
It's always been bad. But yeah, it could definitely be a lot better.
It's cold cheese on a semi-warm patty. What happened? Thankfully, McDonald's is keenly aware of the issue, and they already have a plan in place for fixing it. Reportedly, cheese that has already been brought to room temperature will be used on all burger creations starting in 2024, as opposed to slices pulled straight from an icy refrigerator or cooler. This way, the slices
That's what they were doing? That's dumb as fuck. Why'd they ever do that?
Well, Asmongold, the reason why you do that is so you don't get a fucking DOH violation.
Exactly.
Right? So, in many ways, that's the smarter thing to do. I'm very curious to see how this gets pulled off, because that means if they're going to leave a stack of cheese at room temperature, they're going to need a time temp label on it.
Right.
And you're going to trust every single one of those minimum wage employees to make sure they have to write the date, what the product is, the time that it came out.
If they do it the right way, it's so much labor intensive.
Yes.
So just do it the right. Just go back to doing it the right way.
Just go back to putting the cheese on while it's still on the griddle, because you can put it on cold.
Yeah,
it's just it's crazy. So they're saying their fix is that they're going to take the cheese and basically leave it at room temp. Which with American cheese you can do it because it's a cheese product, and it'll hold up. But
how do you control the temp in that kitchen?
There
are days where that cheese you're going to touch it's going to be melted already.
Right.
It'd be
True that.
Yeah. They're just overcomplicated. These shortcuts get overcomplicated.
What was the saying you said?
Keep it simple, stupid.
No. Nothing beats the original. You said this over dinner, and I wrote it down.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I did write it down. Said,
I'm just a plethora of good ideas.
Yes.
I'm telling you, that brunch sandwich is $1 million idea. Make the brunch sandwich. I thought of it all on my own.
Oh, here we go. I found it. Check this out. The old way. I am quoting Chef Paul, yes. And you don't even fucking remember. The old ways are the best. Everything is a shortcut since. How true is that?
That sounds like a me quote.
I mean, just do it the old way.
Just do it the old way.
Everything's a shortcut since.
Yeah, it's true.
100%. You know, if they just went back to putting the fucking cheese while the burger's on the griddle, so many problems would be solved.
I mean, the griddles are all, they don't come in our pre-seared, or are the griddles?
No.
So they do them at each individual location?
Individual store. However, their griddles are interesting in that the patties are fucking frozen solid. They put the patties on frozen, but they have another component that closes down.
On top of it. It's a panini press.
Yeah, pretty much. A
panini flat top press.
Yeah, more or less. Yeah. So rather than having the grill grates, it's just flat. So they put it on fucking frozen.
You get more sear.
Yeah.
Technically.
And it'll also cook it faster because you don't have to flip. But like now, if you wanted to do it the old way, you can't, because you invested all this money into this fancy equipment that's designed to.
You can't put the cheese in the press.
You can't put the cheese.
There you go.
So that's why they have to do it this way.
They spent tons of money in making these griddles to go faster, and then no, again,
you see? Yeah.
More stupid. It's like compounding stupid.
Yeah, compounding stupid.
Like doubling down. Okay, let's go more stupid.
So now we have to leave the cheese in the room temp. And then what happens in fucking Texas when the AC's not working?
It's just another recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
I mean, don't they have money, McDonald's? Don't they have smart people
there? They have all the money.
Don't they have like smart people?
Completely during the cooking process, making these burgers the gooey masterpieces that they were always meant to be.
Even Asmongold's like, why would they do that?
It often feels like there's a McDonald's on every street corner.
That's the main points they cover. They're going to open more locations. They're trying to compete with Dunkin' Donuts, so they're going to open up another brand selling coffee and shit like that. Like, expand their coffee program.
The McCafe?
No, it's called Cosmix. Yeah, they want to compete with the...
Just bring back the original McDonald with the bright colors and the clown.
Yes.
Bring the clown back.
The play place where you can actually play.
Yeah.
God, I remember as a kid, McDonald's was like, you made a day.
Yeah, and they played movies.
Yeah, I had birthdays at McDonald's.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Those were
great. Man. Anyway, Asmongold, you're the man.
Thank you.
I like this dude a lot. you should really check out his other content. Oh, some of his content I just can't get it because he's covering
check
gaming
out our
stuff.
content. You want me to go check out other people's content? I get to see it with you.
Yeah, true that.
There's more magic this way.
Yeah, there is more magic this way. But McDonald's, I don't know. Let us know in the comments below what are your experience with McDonald's, and do you still go to this day? If you do, what do you order?
I'm sorry, I got cut off guard. I read that I fried steaks inside a cheese wheel and this happened.
Yeah, and it's a Google video too.
It is?
Yeah.
Can we open up the cande?
Oh, I was going to actually say something about that. Okay, so we got a package from a fan.
Mm-hmm.
I opened it and checked it out already because I wanted to see if there was a mailing address for us to send a Feasty t-shirt to. But this is a super cool one. I already opened the package. This is from Alexandria Lucius from Arizona. And they knitted a sweater for my bebe.
Ooh, for the bebe. I was going to say that's not going to fit me.
And a little hat for the bebe.
Oh,
look at that. That is absolutely amazing. But they made this for Nigel.
I was going to say that orange is familiar.
Yes, this is a very familiar.
So we have to bring this to...
We have to bring...
Ooh.
Yes. We'll get it to Nigel somehow, some way. Yes. But dude, this is incredible. They made a blanket.
Oh!
But look
Holy
at
shit.
Look at that fucking pattern. Like,
that looks
3 different colors, like of yarn. This is what I'm going to use when I sleep over now.
No, that's for the baby.
Oh, fuck the baby. It's mine. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
That's how you get the baby. You fuck to get the baby, not fuck the baby.
Oh, all right. One more thing. One more shout out to Sour Boys. Check out sour.gg.
Is that a new flavor?
Yeah, this is the Some Ordinary podcast, which we have been on. However, before we crack this open, again, shout out to Sour Boys. Shout out to the guys at Some Ordinary Podcast. I've been on there a couple times. Frenchy was on there with me the last time. We've been getting some complaints about us chewing.
Oh, give me some. Give me some.
All right.
Complaints about the chewing.
Yes.
That's what we do. Ooh.
Yeah.
It smells.
Some viewers are really not into us eating.
You know what?
On the
you
podcast.
tell me what you think it smells like.
Oh.
Tell me that doesn't smell like marzipan.
Yeah.
Right?
It smells like marzipan. 100%.
Doesn't taste like marzipan.
Almonds. It smells like almonds.
That's so weird.
Yeah. Like.
The smell doesn't match the taste.
Yeah. Well, what's it taste like? Well, because on the package it shows kiwi and grape. And pineapple. Oh, I think that's a pineapple. Definitely doesn't match the taste. Oh, very tropical.
That is good.
Yo, we've gotten a lot from Sour Boys.
I think this one's my favorite.
This is my favorite.
Is this a new one?
Mm-hmm.
Will it be continuous or is this like a special?
I fucking hope so, because I want more of this one.
This one tastes great.
What's
that?
I think is a very interesting behind the scenes look, because you and I have experience with this. Oh, we have to put on the headphones. I want more candy. Hey, pass me the candy.
Tell you about cooking shows is that there's a long lag time between making the dishes and the time when the chefs, the judges,
it's called editing
the dishes, because it takes all morning to shoot the cooking. Then they break for lunch. They break so that they can do the interviews with the contestants. During that time, the dish that you've cooked is just turning ice cold. So the chefs are basically tasting ice cold food. Often they make you make 2 dishes. and you put one underneath the counter, and you leave the other one on the counter for them to come and look at. And when the contestants are back in the green room eating lunch, the chefs come and they taste the dish that's still hot. So they've actually tasted most of the dishes before the official tasting, when they have to come back and taste everything cold.
Number one, I'm very surprised he would reveal something like this, because usually
he's not planning on a career doing more cooking shows, I can tell you that.
Yes, these shows take forever.
Yeah, our days are like 14, 16 hours.
Yeah. I was there for like 14, 16 hours. There was, so.
I know, I was annoyed.
Yeah. Well, how many, let me ask you this. How many burgers did you have to make?
Was it 4 or 8?
I think it was like 8.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because now what they show you on
It's
camera
4.
is that there's 3, no, it was more than that. I think it was, this is what I remember. There's 3 judges tasting. There's 1 for beauty shots. And then there's 1, so I think it was 5. But I remember it wasn't for the amount of dishes that's accounted for. Like there was 1 more dish I made that, like, I don't know where the fuck it went. 1 for beauty shots, 3 for judges, but there was 1 more. And I was like, why do I have to make this extra one? And
it's someone who's really judging the food.
Well, yes, right? Because what you don't see is all those judges and
being
stuff,
told what to say.
they all have earpieces. You don't see it, but they all have earpieces. So off camera, what's edited out is they're like, yeah. So I accidentally walked into this like secret judges room. I was just walking around and they're like, oh, no, you can't be in there. But the room I walked into had microphones, had monitors,
and that's
had
why
silverware.
And that's why all those people have those quick comebacks and things like that. That's editing and people telling them shit.
Yeah.
Not everybody's quick like I am.
But yes, everything that this guy is saying is absolutely true. There's a lot of downtime on these shows. It's a lot of stop and go. Another clip for us. Oh, this is a very satisfying one. You're going to like this. Pranksters.
Okay.
There's a whole genre of these pranksters that, remember we covered that guy who got fucking shot?
Yes. Fuck around and find out.
Yes.
2 pranksters pulling up on unsuspected victims trying to get clout. This guy's about to learn a valuable lesson.
Want to be my first kiss?
What?
Do you want to be my
he's
first
getting
kiss?
knocked
If
the
you
fuck
kiss me,
out.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna have a problem with it. I'm gonna enjoy it. Oh, watch out.
I'm sick and tired of you 2 pranksters pulling up on unsuspected.
I told you.
Dude, we need more of this in the world.
Yes.
Because people are so afraid of getting fucking sued.
Yeah.
But, jeez.
People kept their mouth. People kept their distance, kept their mouth shut.
Yeah.
Because you would get fucked up.
Yeah. Do you think the internet has emboldened people, like thinking that they can get away with shit like this?
Yeah.
Right? Because
there's no proximity.
And then that translates into their real lives.
Yeah. You put those people into real situations, they climb up.
All right, another clip for today. 10,000 hours. Another theme we talk about here.
Let me see it.
I know you'll like this one.
From the back, you hear 3. Now the rhythm changes when I do this. That's 2 rebounds. Fist hits the bag, 1, 2, and comes back. Single fist here. You hear that beat? Changes.
It's like a drum beat.
Sink double fist through.
Fuck me.
Single fist rolling.
Woo.
That would be a little drum cake.
Woo.
3.
So you see, this is where skill could outmaneuver strength and youth. So you put this gentleman in endurance. He might not win.
But untrained, the experience will outpace unskilled strength and youth.
If this guy was confronted in a situation, I wouldn't want to be against him for the first 30 seconds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you can outlast that, then you're good.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel in life now. If I get in trouble, because I can't run.
So you got to get it figured out in
I
the
gotta
first
get it.
30 seconds?
I always assess those situations like, do I have the upper hand? Do I have the element of surprise? Because that's all I have right now.
Well, you also have a hard time of even having the element of surprise because of how round you've become.
Son of
Have some more candy. See? I know how to make him happy again. All right. Let's close out this episode with
Wait, there's more? No, you don't have more?
No, that's it for today's clips. Yeah. We did the Asmongold video, and now we're going to do some viewer questions.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I actually liked to end on that note anyway.
Meteor Cat 07 asks, any idea where us home cooks can look online to learn pro cooking techniques? YouTube. Blue asks, when at life did you figure out, oh shit, I might like this cooking ordeal for life? I know exactly mine.
For life? That's different than for life.
Oh shit, I might like this cooking ordeal for life.
I don't think I'm there yet.
No?
No.
Really? Oh, we can take these off.
Oh, God damn it.
Yeah.
Oof. For life? Like, this is what I'm going to do and I'm not doing anything else? No. I'm not there. I always feel like there's a possibility of doing something else.
Do you think he meant for life or as a career? Because I kind of agree with you. Even me diving into this YouTube thing was already a step in a different direction.
Right?
Yeah. I definitely know the moment when I said to myself, yeah, I could do this. Like, this is something
I could say I
want
want to be food adjacent for the rest of my life. Eating.
But I remember it was within the first few weeks of me working in my first professional kitchen job, I was a dishwasher and I just liked the atmosphere. I thought it was very cool.
I mean,
so
that's
engaging.
the attraction, right? Yeah. Like you come in, now you're coming to a team.
Yeah. And you're young, everything's new, it's exciting, you're learning a lot.
You come in and it's like a team effort.
Yeah.
You know?
When you go into a good place where there's a lot of camaraderie, you see the skill of everyone feeding off of each other. A good runner with a good server with a good...
A lot of the kids who go into this cooking thing, they're not athletes, right? Or they're not affluent, right? And this is our first experience of being on a team.
Good point.
And you're like, oh, I like this.
Yes. Because it is in many ways very sportsmanlike. It is very militant. You have the touches of those elements, but you don't have to be athletic. You don't have to be in the actual military.
It's the same attraction for team sports, the military, things like that.
Yeah.
Or I'm assuming people like in spectacles and shows I have that same, the circus too, right?
Yeah.
It's like you've been accepted into a little family.
Right. Yeah. Yep. For sure. So it only took me a couple weeks working in my first kitchen job for me to be like, I really like this. I want to do more. I can do this for a living. Second part of it, the question is, when are you expanding into Long Island so I don't have to drive so far? I don't know. I don't know when. I mean, I've started to think about expanding now. I have some ideas. I'm just starting to explore it. So that's where I'm going to leave it at. Mission was always designed to scale up. But I'm also in no rush because every single person I know who was in a rush to scale up and expand, guess how many of them are still around today?
Not many.
A zero.
A zero.
Val G5 asks, will you two ever go to France so we can see where Frenchy grew up? Yeah, we talk about it all the time. All the fucking time.
That is going to be the bomb.
Yes. What are your biggest goals moving into 2024? Well, I'll start this one first. Number one, I started working on my health. Last year, I took a little weight off. And I did it by not working out. I just ate better. But this year I decided to start working out again. So that's one of my goals. And another goal is to do more collabs and to do more cooking videos.
My goal is to get the baby to sleep through the night.
Yeah. Is it because she's sick that she's not sleeping through the night? Yeah. That's rough. Frenchy, Polar Bear asks, Frenchy, you've mentioned several times about being good friends with Jacques Torres. Have you ever seen the show Nailed It on Netflix where he is the head judge? If so, what do you think? If not, well, there's something for you to possibly look into. Whoops!
Obviously, no, I haven't watched it.
But
guess what? He's not watching our podcast.
Yeah. So fuck him.
No, I like him a lot. We were texting this morning.
Dude, I love his place.
Oh.
Especially in the early days before he became the mega monster he is now. Just, oh, dude, that place was magical.
He's the real Willy Wonka.
Mm-hmm.
And you go to that chocolate shop, it's
awesome.
Well, the fabrication place is even nuts.
Oh, I'm sure. You guys should check out in Dumbo, Brooklyn.
He moves around on a scooter in there.
Oh, yeah?
It's so big.
Wow. Most expensive mistake ever made in a professional kitchen. I mean, which one made a lot of mistakes?
Us or in general?
Us.
Oh my God. Not storing high priced items properly, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, did my voice change there for a second?
Yeah, for a second there, yeah.
I was just pure sourness. My God, there's a laundry list. Where do we start?
Oh, I mean, listen.
First in, first out.
Any chef worth anything built their career on making mistakes and learning from it. That's it. You know how many things we've burnt?
Yeah, sometimes you have to see it to believe it. And it's like, oh, fuck, yeah, I got it.
I made a pretty expensive mistake like a couple months ago. There was a 100-person catering order.
Mm-hmm.
And that particular week, we had so much catering. And then this was the last catering order of the week. And we're making the last sandwich. We're like, fuck yeah, we're going to crush this week. And then Amy looked at the
it was a duplicate.
No, it was for the following Saturday. Now, fortunately, it was 100 sandwiches. Fortunately, this was for the Ronald McDonald House, which is a wonderful, wonderful place where they basically house families while children get medical attention.
Mm-hmm.
It allows the family to be there with their child during that process, and they get fed, and it's really wonderful. And they're one of my regular customers. So the order was for them, but for the following week. So I called them up. Are you
saying this because we just shit on McDonald's this whole episode?
No, I didn't think about that. No. But I called them and I was like, hey, so you placed this catering order for next week. I'm still going to make that order, but I have 100 sandwiches sitting here that I made by accident. You want them? And they're like, oh, yeah, sure.
Did they buy it?
No, they didn't buy it. I just donated it. Yeah, so worked out. It's fine.
That's good karma.
Yes, good karma.
Good karma.
Let's see. Do you have plans to start making foods with Frenchy of cultures all over the world, or just focus on what y'all already know and show your spin on it? Well,
we're going to start by combining.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then once we've got that done, I would love to, speaking to you about German food last night, right? Oh, that we need to sink our teeth into.
Just mess with other cuisines for sure. I would love to like make a Thai curry with you, or even like some Indian food. Just kind of experiment outside of our norm. Learn something. There's something to be learned. Okay, so this question's for me. Sa00109. How do you accidentally own a Chinese restaurant? Well, if you watch
there's a full episode on it.
Yeah, there's a whole episode on it. So go look it up.
Backtrack.
Agent Overlord. An update on Sandwich Shop would be nice. Oh, well, yeah. So I used to do these videos on Raw. Which is now our channel, the SYWGF podcast. But I would give these regular updates, and I've been doing those style videos on Patreon now. But I'll give you a quick update. Right now the shop is stabilized. The shop was not looking good. Maybe 7-8 months ago, it looked like we're on the verge of closure. We brought in a consultant, and prior to the consultant coming on, we already made a lot of positive changes. But I think the changes really now are in full effect, and we're doing fine. We've had good months, and I am happy.
Good.
I'm hoping there being a major improvement in sales since you last talked about it. Well, listen, actually, to expand on this, yes, the shop has stabilized, but for example, December was a very bad month for me. And you know what? We probably are going to show a little bit of a loss, but you mitigate that by, controlling your labor. So if it's really slow, you may be able to send some people home early. You don't purchase as much food. You basically cut down on expenses that you can control. And even then, there are going to be things that are outside of your control. But hopefully, the previous months, which we did, you generate some profit, and the loss that you take in a bad month will cover that. And as things and the year goes on, because January is notoriously bad for pretty much any business, after the new year, spending goes down a lot. But from here on out, things will improve. And again, it's just about managing costs and controlling what you can do. But my issue was that my stuff was not in control. The margins were not where they're supposed to be. And that's why we were doing bad and we were on the verge of closure. So if I didn't change certain habits, if I didn't change certain structures of the business and all that stuff, I wouldn't even be in a position to have a down month and not freak the fuck out about it. Does that make sense?
I wasn't listening anymore.
What was some advice that you've gotten to help you improve?
Well, you just paid for it.
Yeah.
Next question.
Here's another piece of advice that helped me improve a lot. What you don't keep in your mind, you will make up with your feet. This is particularly true in the kitchen, and even more true in a New York kitchen where typically you have to go up and down stairs because the kitchen isn't in one area. Prime example, if you have a dish with A, B, and C ingredients, the walk-in fridge is all the way down over there. Well, what you try to do is you try to take A, B, and C in one trip. You don't want to go, oh, I need A, and then you walk to the fridge and grab it. Oh, I need B, and then you walk to the fridge and grab it. All that time, you're wasting a lot of time and you're just wearing out your feet. So what you don't keep in your mind, it will make up with your feet.
No.
What's your go-to karaoke song? We actually talked about this yesterday.
Well, ours.
Yeah. Living on a Prayer by Bon Jovi, baby. Living on a prayer. Okay.
Well, what I love is that if you were to take a guess from the picture what song we were singing, that it looks like we're singing that.
Pretty much. Do you or Frenchy have some kind of special heirloom yeast for making bread with?
No. We're not making fresh bread.
Yes, we're not. We're not making the bread.
We're buying.
Huh? We're buying.
Yeah. I mean, New York has so many great bakeries to begin with.
That's a different business. That's a different market. Yeah. Zero Brain Z, if you were on a desert island with no way to get food and you had to resort to eating a body part to stay alive, which body part would you eat first and why?
Of yours? Of yours? Well, I got to keep you around, so you have to start from the extremities, right? I mean, I can't go for like, the ham sandwich because now you're like you're wasting the foot and the leg.
Yeah.
So you got to start with the toes.
Oh God. I'll leave it. I'm not going to answer that question. I'll leave it at that. For both Brian and Frenchy, was there ever a dish recipe you tried cooking or tasted that despite being properly made, you simply did not enjoy and never went back to?
Yeah, kidneys.
Yeah, not a kidney guy?
Not a kidney guy.
I don't like chicken feet. It's a very popular Chinese dish.
No, it's popular all over the world.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's poor people food.
Yeah, I can't do
I remember
feet.
my grandfather, like he wanted the beak, the head, he wanted the feet, he wanted all those weird parts.
Yeah, I can't do it. Zero Brain Z, I think for Frenchy, that would be refried beans.
Peas.
Peas,
How did we not say peas?
Yep.
I do know how to make them very well, though. I have a really old recipe. I just don't want to make those peas.
Could you guys design a sauce for sandwiches based on the French onion soup recipe?
That's easy.
Oh, that's easy. Yeah, I would agree with that.
Done.
Yeah, done.
Are we making a French onion soup sandwich?
Yeah, we can. For sure.
What's going to be the protein instead of burger? Jambon blanc, like the French ham, or the prosciutto?
Jambon.
Jambon fumé
Yeah.
or jambon blanc? Take the French
What's the
traditional.
difference? I don't know the difference.
Well, one has got it looks more like a prosciutto, and the other one looks like a ham.
Oh, okay. Fuck. You know what the real answer is?
Both.
Fucking both.
I got there on my own.
If you could learn a different
No,
culture. What?
the ham, and we fry the prosciutto like a bacon.
Oh,
You know how good that's gonna fucking taste.
Yeah.
And now,
Yeah.
now you can put the onions on it.
Mm-hmm.
There, we have the sandwich.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Last one for today. If you could learn a different culture's cooking, what would it be?
Dude, you know I love Chinese food.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, come on. It's not even.
I mean, I think I already did it. I always had this fascination with France after middle school, learning like world history. There was just something very interesting and intriguing about France to me. And I remember going to my dad like, hey, can we go to France one day? And my dad would say, that is for white people. I send you to China. I will pay for China. But France, you pay. And I was like, oh, wow, that sucks. Okay, I guess I'll go to China. And I did.
You did. Think of the career you would have had there. You would have had an advantage.
You think so?
Yeah.
Why? I don't speak the language. That would have been weird.
So what? In a kitchen,
Ah, true.
you could
True.
get by.
Yeah.
Because you're watching and it's duplication, right?
Right.
Of course, like calling out order. But then you would quickly learn those.
Mm.
Yeah, of course. I have tons of guys who don't speak.
Right. Yeah. You know,
And they-
you're absolutely
Yeah.
right. Yeah. You're absolutely
Yeah.
right. Yeah, that's a what if scenario. What if
if?
Brian was sent to France and not China?
I almost went back to France when I was like a young teenager.
Really?
Yeah, my father was going to buy a restaurant there. I wanted to go back to France, and he was said, I don't know what happened. I do know what happened, but didn't happen.
All right. Well, I think we are going to end it here.
On a passive note,
What do you mean on a passive?
oh, there was no funny.
So,
There was
oh,
no.
yeah. It was
There was
very,
no crescendo.
This was a very informative episode of the podcast.
Oh, those are boring.
You brought the funny.
I have-
Listen, we brought the happy. We brought the handsome thing.
Handsome thing.
Handsome thing.
I gotta give it to you. These are good. These are good shirts.
Like it? I'm glad you like it, buddy.
Wait, is it Frenchy on the bottom?
Yeah, it says Frenchy, SYWGF on the bottom.
No way.
Yes, you see?
Very cool.
Thank you to Ardie for
I'm
helping.
calling it now that this will be the most sold shirt with the 10 to 18%.
Oh, yes. The 10 to 18% club. Shout out to the
Handsome
ladies.
thing.
Yes.
Shout out to my ladies.
All right. Chef Paul, Frenchy, the animal,
Dynamical.
How
If we can do the wrestling intro like a little echo machine in here, we have to record that and play that.
Okay. All right, we will. We have our music theme now that we play every single time we go out. Simon says,
How much of that can we play before we get in trouble?
probably like 1 second.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yes.
Can't we ask them? Doesn't hurt to ask. You don't ask, you don't get.
I don't know who to ask. You have to find a label to ask.
Well, who owns the song?
I have no fucking idea. I'm busy enough as it is, man.
You do play it. Every time we go on a mission, it's in the car now.
All right. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode as much as we did making it. Remember, don't be afraid to fail because it can only make you stronger. With that said, I'm Chef BriantsAO, not your typical chef.
Ladies, go get that t-shirt.
I will see you really soon. Bye.